According to a recent survey, the average American has less than $500 saved up in their bank accounts. Whether you're a teen, in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, or even in your retirement, there's extra money to be made. That could help you out for whatever reason you want. And in this video, we'll do exactly that. I'm gonna break down the best way to make money, the best side hustle for each age group. And keep in mind, you can do all of these no matter what stage of life you're in. If you wanna find out more ways to make money online, do not forget to subscribe and smash the like button. We try this out every single week on this channel. I detail new ways to make money online with the goal of always being honest and transparent. Let's get into it. The first stage of your life when you're actually looking to make money or get acquainted with money is when you're a teen. When you're a teen, you have certain wants and desires. For example, even if you need a video game, maybe a motorbike, a Ferrari, whatever it is, you need money for it. The problem is that in this stage, you don't have access to a lot of resources, a lot of documents, so you need side hustles that are very easy to start. In my opinion, the best side hustle for teens is going to be babysitting or pet sitting. This fits both criteria that I think are important when you're a teen. You need time and flexibility because you have school and other responsibilities, so you need to work on your own schedule, which is exactly what these side hustles afford you. Babysitting in particular pays around $15 per hour, and pet sitting can range from $12 an hour all the way up to $20 an hour. Now, a tip here, an expert tip, is get your CPR license. A CPR license is essentially a first aid license that takes around $40 to complete, but after you're done with that, you can start charging higher for your services. A CPR certified babysitter, for example, can charge in the mid $20 range. Another site that I like is care.com. Here you can sign up and provide services as a babysitter, and all you need is parental consent, so you need your parent to come in and say, hey, I allow my child to be a babysitter. If you're not interested in babysitting or pet sitting, the next side hustle is generally house care. This involves, for example, lawn care, snow shoveling, even cleaning houses, cleaning a room, cleaning someone's closet, anything that requires manual labor. People don't want to hire expensive cleaners for this. They really want to hire cheap labor, and this is where you as a teen can step in. Easy to start. All you need is some cleaning essentials that you probably have in your house, and this can be done through referrals, your dad's friends, your mom's friends, your friends' parents, whoever needs cleaning, you can provide that cleaning for them and charge a decent rate of around $15 to $25 per hour. Sometimes snow shovelers even charge $50, $100 per driveway, and lawn care professionals can charge $50 as well. The best thing about this is it's a recurring service. If someone needs their lawn cared for, they might hire you again if you do a good job. So you can earn $50 again and again and get that repeat clientele. Now you've moved on from being a teen into your college life. You're 18 plus, maybe you're 20 and you need to make extra money. How do you do this? In my opinion, the most hands-off, the easiest thing to do is user research. You are the target audience for a lot of companies. Many companies target Gen Z because Gen Z is the most active audience on social media. Gen Alpha now is also getting active. So you can come in here and provide user research for companies selling products and services. Think of it this way. If you are a company making fashion products, there's fashionistas out there that want to buy your clothes and want to buy your shoes. These companies making these products reach out to user research platforms and tell them, get us our customers, and ask them how we can sell more. Since we're the target audience, we can come in on these websites and provide them with our opinion to get paid for it. The website I like the most is usertesting.com. This is a user research website where you can get paid $10 for every survey that you do for these companies. These surveys on average takes around 10 minutes to complete, and the money gets deposited right into your PayPal account. So you do need a Gmail, you do need a PayPal, but those are literally the only two things that you need. The surveys that you get depend on your interests, so be accurate when you fill out your information. And remember to speak your thoughts out loud. For each of these surveys, you need to speak your thoughts out loud, give them your feedback, your opinion on the products. For example, I like finance, so I get a lot of banking apps reach out to me. They make changes to their banking application, and I have to give them opinions on if I like the change, if I don't like the change, what would I do differently, or if I would buy their product. It is as simple as that, and for every survey, I get deposited $10 into my PayPal account. I made more than $1,000 doing this throughout university as well, so I know that this works for early teens. I know many other people doing this on the internet. It is very doable for somebody 18 plus in their mid-20s with access to a PayPal account. If you don't like user testing or don't have access to it, there's a lot of user research websites out there. I'm gonna list some in the comments. Just search user research plus your country name and you'll get tons of search results on the internet. If you're not passionate about user research or don't want to try it out, the second side hustle that works for someone in their 18 to 25 range is tutoring. If you're good at an academic subject, if you're good at a sport, if you're good at literally anything that you can sell and teach people, do it. The number one thing with this is that tutoring pays extremely well. I was a tutor all through university and also in high school, and I got paid somewhere around $18 to $25 per hour. So if you're good at math, teach math. If you're good at science, teach science. There's many websites out there where you can teach people. For example, Preply. There's also Facebook groups that you can join in your own communities. For example, I live in Toronto. I can join local Toronto groups and offer my services as a math tutor or a science tutor. I can also reach out to my friends and family and see if they need tutoring. And the easiest thing would be just reach out to your teachers, reach out to your tutors, your ex-tutors, and tell them that you want to be their assistant. This is literally how I got most of my TA jobs. I didn't apply for any, I just reached out to the professor and they hired me. If you're good at sports, offer sports lessons. Tennis lessons, for example, are very popular in cities. Basketball lessons are also popular. Volleyball, rowing, there's literally a lot of sports that you can offer lessons for. Wyzen is also a popular platform that provides online tutoring. There's hundreds of apps, hundreds of opportunities out there for you to provide tutoring services in person or online. Pro tip here, you can be a language tutor as well. italki is a popular language learning website where people can go and learn English from you. So people in countries like France, Spain, and even in Asia, they want to learn English, and if you can speak English, why not just sell your service and teach people English? It benefits both parties. Price your services low so you get clients. You don't need money right now. You're 18 or 19. Don't worry about making $1 million right now. Get your clients first and then upsell them and upcharge them when you have those reviews and that positive feedback. You're done with your degree. Congratulations. Throw your hat in the air. Drink some champagne. I don't know what people do nowadays for graduation. But now you're in your mid-20s. You've probably started working in a career, in a profession. Maybe you're doing some software development. Maybe you're in finance. Maybe you're a psychologist or a teacher. I don't know. But now you're making money. You're saving money. You have decent savings, but you still want to make that side hustle income. For people in this situation, and I would classify myself in this situation, the best way to make side hustle income, in my opinion, is to start a freelancing career. I have used freelancing to make thousands of dollars in the past year alone, and I think it is the most viable way for someone to make extra money in this stage of life, particularly because you can freelance your own career skills. I'll use myself as an example. I work in tech. At the same time, I know that there's a lot of people trying to get into tech, but they struggle with certain aspects of the job search process, particularly technical interviews where you have to code and demonstrate that you're a good coder. I saw this opportunity and I said, hey, I can code. Why don't I teach people how to clear this one particular aspect of the interview, which is what I started my freelancing career in. I coach people through the interview process, particularly the technical aspect, and help them land that six-figure job that they actually really love. And I think this applies to most professions. For example, if you're an accountant, there might be companies out there that need help with their balance sheet or their income statement. There's tons of individuals that have incorporated companies but don't know how to do accounting. You can step in and provide a freelance accounting service for these people. Even if you're a lawyer, you can provide freelance lawyer services. If you're a psychologist, you can provide maybe freelance writing services. There's a lot of freelance services out there in a lot of industries. People are selling freelance services all over the place, and I'm a living example of this working. I'll put my proof up. You can look at all the proof. I've documented my journey on this channel, and since I am in this stage of life, in this actual age range, I know that this works. My only tip with getting started is price low. Price your services low when you start. When I started my Fiverr journey, I priced my services at $5. I would actually do it for free if I could, but I couldn't, because at this stage, the most important thing is getting clients and getting feedback. Once I had those clients and those reviews, I bumped up my price because then I was able to justify charging as much. There's some people in my niche charging $150 per hour. I am not there yet, but I am at a place where I can charge decent money for my services per hour. Think about your career. I don't know every career. I don't know what niches exist in particular industries, but you do. Think about where you can come in, how you can come in, and how you can help people make a better career in that profession. The second side hustle in this stage of life, and I think this should be the case in every stage of life, is dividend investing or stock investing in general. Here's my proof of earning thousands of dollars in dividends in the last 3 years. I think that this is something that everybody can use, but this stage in particular can boost your earnings for your lifetime for a few particular reasons. Dividends are easy to understand. If a company is selling products, let's take Pepsi for an example because it's easier to understand. Pepsi sells Pepsi and some other drinks that are extremely sugary. That's not the point. They sell products, and after they're done deducting their costs, for example, they have to deduct all of the sugar costs that they put in. Maybe they have to pay the drivers for getting the Pepsi to the stores that they can actually sell it from. And they have to pay their corporate people to actually sell and actually keep track of the accounting, etc. After deducting all of those costs, the companies get what is called profit. At this point, they can do one of two things with it. Number one, they can give that profit back to the business and reinvest it so they can grow the business further. Or number two, they can give it out to the shareholders, which is where we come in as dividend investors. At this stage in life, we've been earning and we have some savings. After we build up an emergency fund for 4 or 5 months that we can fall back on, we should be investing a lot of our assets into money-making machines, into cash flow generating machines. As dividend investors, we're entitled to these cash flow payments. Pepsi pays dividend, Google pays dividend, Microsoft pays pays dividend, Apple pays dividend. A lot of the companies that you know and love pay dividends. You might have a question here. What if these companies go bankrupt and I lose all of my money in my 20s? It is not a good position to be in. Well, there's a solution for that. ETFs, exchange traded funds, hold a basket of companies. One of my favorite ones is the S&P 500. It holds 500 companies. This ensures that if you invest in the ETF, your money is relatively safe. You're not investing in one company, two companies, or three companies, even four companies. You're investing in 500 companies. A lot of indices pay dividends, the S&P 500, the TSX 60, the NASDAQ 100. Just search dividend paying ETF plus your country and you get an entire list that works for you. The point I want you to focus on, and it's very important at this stage in life, is that you're young. If you start investing now, 30 years from now, given the growth rate of the stock market plus growth rate of dividends, your older self will be thanking your younger self for starting dividend investing or investing in general at this stage in life. You've used stock investing and freelancing now to build up savings and invest. Probably you're married now in your mid-30s, hopefully I'm married. Doesn't look like it, but hopefully I'm also married and you're married, and now we have the stage in our life which I like to call the midlife, from your 30s, mid-30s to your mid-50s. This is the stage where you actually make the most of your money from your profession or your career, your business, but you can amplify those returns through a side hustle as well. In my opinion, the best side hustle for this age group is consulting. And this is true not just for white-collar professions like software engineering or finance, it is also true for blue-collar professions, for example, like carpentry or being a plumber. You know the ins and outs of your profession, you know the ins and outs of your industry, and at this point you're skilled enough to be a consultant. Consultants can charge anywhere from $100 all the way up to $500, $600, even $1,000 depending on the niche that you're in. The only thing that you have to be careful of is that you actually have a lot of person-to-person contact in consulting. It is all relationship based. If you're an introvert like me, you might not like that. You might not want to see people after you're 35. But if you like people, if you like building relationships, consultancy is the best side hustle for you because you can do it at your own time. You already have decades of experience, so why not utilize that and become a consultant? The second side hustle in this age group, and I think this might come as a surprise, is being a content creator. I know that content creation in your mid-30s with all these responsibilities, it just doesn't make sense. But I think this is the perfect age to start content creation because you have expertise now. Let's say that you like plumbing, even if you like fishing. Let's take fishing as an example. You work in the fishing industry for 10, 15 years. There's a huge audience of people interested in fishing. You have your unique perspective on the industry, on fishing in general. Why not create content around that to make people more aware of the fishing industry and give them a unique insight of what it's like working in the fishing industry? What are some things you would change? Your favorite fish? I don't know. I'm not a fisherman, so I don't know what you would talk about, but there's a huge amount of people interested in niche topics like that. And what people respect the most on YouTube and any social media in general is authenticity. If you can be authentic, if you can bring your own angle, this is a perfect side hustle for you. Tons of avenues, tons of ways to make money. Utilize your experience, be an expert in that field. You will need to be on camera, so I hope you're comfortable with that, but the earning potential is enormous at this stage of life. Now you're retired. You've spent 30 years working, 25 years working, you've accumulated a lot of wealth, you've done well for yourself, but you're retired now, although that bug in you to keep working is still there, so you need another side hustle. In my opinion, the best side hustle for people that are retired, even though I'm not even close in my conversation with some retirees, is following your passions. I know that's pretty vague and doesn't really make sense when I say it, but think about it. At this point, money is taken care of. Maybe you need some extra money for some of your expenses or to get your grandchildren gifts or to pay your bills. You need some money. That is the key. And for this, the best thing to do is be a mentor in something that you're passionate about. I'll give you a very real example. In Toronto and Canada in general, a lot of seniors work as tour guides for their own cities. So for example, I'm in Toronto, there's a lot of Toronto tour guides that are in the retirement age group. For your city and your area, you can do cultural experiences as a retiree and bring your expertise around the area in that particular region. Tour guides can get paid $15 per hour all the way up to $60 per hour depending on what type of tour guide you are, what type of tour agency you work for. But if you're in your 60s, just reach out on the internet to these tour providers and they would be happy to give you an interview. Now keep in mind, I'm only saying this if you're passionate about it. If you're not, there's another thing that you can do and sell your passion in terms of products or services. If you like arts and crafts, just make arts and crafts and sell them on online websites like Etsy, advertise to your friends, advertise on YouTube channels. If you have one, advertise on your social media. People are interested in buying culture from people that know about culture and are experienced in that particular culture. And Etsy also confirms this news. It has seen a 30% increase in sellers over the age of 60. You can do it at your own time, you have your own schedule, it is not high pressure, you can do it from home, you can do it online. And that is why I think these two side hustles in particular are perfect for retirees. You're retired now, enjoy your life, follow your passions, and don't worry about money too much. That's it, you've grown old with me. You were a teen, you then became a college student, and then you had kids and got married, and then you retired. And all along the way, you found some ways to make extra money online. I'm not saying any of these things are guaranteed to work, but I've tried a lot of these out and I've only listed things that have actually made me money. Making money online is tough, but if you enjoyed this video and learned something, do not forget to subscribe and smash the like button. We do this every single week. We find out new ways to make money online. I don't have a course to sell you. I don't have a Discord membership. I want to bring transparency to this make money online space where there are a lot of scammers. I'm just a guy trying to make some money online. I'll see you next week.